Right, this is what I'm doing today. This kind of box here is coming away from the main stone building. There's a big crack up there. You can see it there. So what's got to happen is the builder's going to take the whole thing down, pour some new foundations and then build it all back up. So he needs a scaffold right around it, along this face, round the corner there. And this is in the courtyard here, coming round there and round here. So probably be a couple of boarded lifts. This fire escape is a good and a bad thing because it is in the way, like, but I'll probably be able to utilise it somehow and build off it. The building's empty, so I don't need to keep any doors clear or anything like that. I haven't got access in through that door, which is going to be a bit of a ball ache because I am going to have to drop standards down into the neighbour's yard here for this end here. But I'm told that property is empty, so there's no issue there. I think I'm just going to make a start in this alleyway. We'll turn it around there and then we'll see how things are going from there. Also, just on a side note, if anybody knows anything about vans, I thought my van was leaking oil, but after further inspection, I think it's actually diesel that's leaking, and it's coming from the engine, I think. Does anybody know what might be causing that, other than a hole in the engine, which I don't really want? Any feedback on that would be much appreciated before I take it into the garage and they tell me that something's wrong with it that isn't. Anyway, I'll make a start now. Right, that's the base in here, 13 foot. I'll now get the next lift on, throw some working boards on. Normally I just rock up to the job with whatever's on the van from whatever I've stripped on a previous day, but today I thought I'd go to the yard, I'll get some short boards and I'll be prepared. Turns out, look, there's a load of short boards sitting in the back lane that have clearly been here for a long time. So I think I'm going to be utilising them later on, as long as they haven't perished too much. But to be fair, they look pretty good. Right, onwards and upwards now. Okay, second lift is on there. Don't know what I was thinking before. This bottom lift needs fully boarding. I'm also going to have to take this right across to here. Sort that out a bit later. What I'm going to do now is return it around that end there. So I'll just run a ledger in across here, standard down onto this wall, strap across, and then another standard down into that yard. I've got millions of 13s, but it was 16s I needed really, but I'll manage. Right, that's that. Return in around there. Braced up both sets of standards there just because it's a bit leggy going down into there. I've also sorted this corner out now, dropped a few extra standards in so those boards can come right across here, so they've got access to this bit as well. I'm now going to sort out this bottom lift, get it fully boarded and handrailed, and then turn my attention to round the back. Right, I've got this bottom lift handrailed and boarded and part of the top lift boarded. I'm now going to turn my attention, like I said before, to the steel on the inside. Just looking at this back here, it's going to have to be a bit of a different setup really, because it's built off this steel beam, so it obviously doesn't really need anything down there. So really the builder's going to need a platform at the level of that steel beam there to build it back up once he's taken it down. But just the lifting at that height isn't going to be high enough, so it's going to have to be a couple of lifts on the back here. Like, so one roughly the height of that steel beam, it's just this fucking fire exit's right in the way, and then there's going to have to be another one kind of up at that gutter height, which in reality is going to be, it's a bit too high for that flat roof, but he is going to need it to get up to that kind of peak where it meets the building. It's not like I can take the lift through at the height of those ledgers sticking out, because then he's going to be fucked below that. Right, I've had a rethink actually now. So what I'm going to do is take a set of 13-foot boards to where that double is there. That'll be the outside of this scaffolding. Then I'm going to step the lift up, so it'll be like, I don't know, a foot under that gutter, and that's going to come right across here. You'll be able to work off the fire escape for everything under that lift. I'll just have to put something in here, like a little tower in this area, so we can build up off that. I'm going to put something off that steel now. I don't have any beam clamps, so I'm going to use a couple of doubles to come off that steel and then drop a standard in this corner. Like that, as you can see, and this technique only works with those particular type of fittings, which I think they're called Presco fittings. But as you can see, it's absolutely solid. Right, this is what I'm doing now. Got that standard in off that butt from the steel, got a double on there. Put these two standards on there. Now I'm going to run a ledger from that one across to that one, and I'll take it from there. Getting anything long in that backyard is a nightmare through that doorway, so I'm bringing it up the outside. Right, I've skipped through a bit there. Put another stand in there, down to the ground. Attached it to the handrail on the fire escape there, just for a bit of more stability. Put a strap in, put a standard in here. I'm going to top it off with a 10. I've had to do it like that because, as you can see down there, there's like a grate, so I can't put any standards on that. So I've dropped one in here. But now I'm going to get this ledger in here. I'm building this in reverse, really, from the top down. So like I say, I'm going to get that ledger in, get some bracing, and then I'm going to beef this up lower down with more straps and bracing, etc. Okay, this is a bit of a mess at the minute, I'll give you that. In hindsight, definitely would have been much easier just to stick with building a tower up there and coming across, but it's done now anyway. Like I said before, I'm going to beef all this bottom up now, put some ledges in, put some bracing in, make it look a bit prettier. Right, that's looking a bit healthier down here now. Gonna put one more lift in there just below that steel work, so it'll just be a little 5-foot square. Get that boarded out, you'll be able to work on that to get the brickwork down. Obviously stand on the fire escape to do that bit, and then I'll have the top lift to get that little corner up there. That was definitely an unorthodox way of doing it, but there you go. Okay, there's that platform in there, got a few boards on that. I've braced up the top lift now, sorted out that corner, dropped another standard down. So get this trannied out and boarded now. Got the back all transomed out there. Got some boards stood up here. Again, I'm just going to take them up the outside rather than trying to get them through down the alleyway there. So I'm going to get all these on the side and the back now. Okay, boards on the back, drops down, boards on the side, boards on the front. Need some short boards to go on there. Don't know what I was thinking, like that tube's completely in the way, but I couldn't be bothered to take it out, so I'm just going to cut that off, or I'll get the builder to cut that off. Oh, just handrail to go. And that's it all done up here. On the back here, step down onto the side. Like I said earlier, that tube needs cutting off. And then round onto the front with the ladder access in, down onto the lift below, and then down onto this lift here, This is where the builder can get onto the scaffold. And this is the section in the backyard. He can work off the fire escape in this section here. And then for higher up, he's got the top lift. Actually, I need to put a stop end toe board there. And there it is from the bottom. On to the next one.